From the Presidential Palace, Manila, Dateline Malacañang.
Good day. This is Dateline Malacañang. Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Monday welcomed Foreign Minister Kamikawa Yoko and Defense Minister Kihara Minoru of Japan in a courtesy call at the Heroes Hall in Malacañang Palace. The Japanese foreign and defense ministers are in the Philippines for the second Foreign and Defense Ministerial Meeting, or 2+2, the highest consultative mechanism to further deepen security and defense policy coordination as well as security cooperation between the two nations. Let us listen to the opening statements of Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., Japanese Foreign Minister Kamikawa Yoko, and Defense Minister Kihara Minoru.
A great pleasure and honor to welcome the Foreign Minister, the Honorable Kamikawa Yoko, and the Defense Minister of Japan, the Honorable Kihara Minoru, to the Philippines today for a very important event that we have been, our two countries have been working very hard to achieve. I'm glad that having witnessed the commencement, the beginnings of this agreement, that it has now come to fruition, and that we are ready now to sign the reciprocal agreement. Your presence here increases our confidence in the importance that the Japanese government puts on these extremely important agreements that we have. And I'm very glad that we have come to this day. So once again, welcome to the Philippines. I'm happy that you were able to come and visit, to witness or to be part of this very important event. Good morning and welcome.
本日は上川大臣、そして木原大臣をフィリピンにお迎えでき大変嬉しく思います。本日は2+2という非常に重要なイベント、また RAA の署名という非常に重要なイベントのためにお越しいただいたと思いますが、それを直に目撃することができ非常に嬉しいと思います。このように新しい合意についてその始まりを目撃できるということは非常に重要なことですし、このように一堂に会して RAA をキックオフできるということは非常に重要なイベントだと思います。また木原大臣、上川大臣にお越しいただき、フィリピンでこれを署名できるということは、日本政府としてこの RAA の署名をいかに重要視しているかということの証左だと思います。改めまして、本日はフィリピンにようこそお越しいただきました。
ただいまは大統領から大変温かなメッセージをいただき、またこの会談の重要性についてご指摘いただきましてありがとうございます。表敬をすることができましたこの機会に対しまして心から光栄にございますし、また感謝申し上げます。
Thank you very much for heartwarming welcome from Your Excellency, and also thank you very much for pointing out the importance of the Japan and Philippines alliance. I'm very much honored to have the opportunity to make a courtesy call to Your Excellency President Marcos.
岸田文雄総理からもくれぐれもよろしくと、ご伝言をいただいておりますのでお伝えさせていただきたいと思います。
I would like to convey Prime Minister Kishida's best wishes to you as well at this occasion.
この日本とフィリピンの間におきましては幅広い分野でまた具体的な協力が進展をしております。
Japan and the Philippines have made concrete progress in a wide range of areas of cooperation.
特に昨年の11月の首脳会談におきましてこの交渉開始を決定いたしましたこの RAA の部隊間の協力円滑化協定に署名をすることができますことは大変大きな成果であると考えております。
In particular, the fact that we are able to sign the RAA today is a great achievement. Following that, the leaders decided to launch negotiations at last November's summit meeting.
法の支配に基づく自由で開かれた国際秩序の維持強化をすべく議大統領のご指導力の下におきまして二国間の連携を強化してまいりたいと考えております。
To maintain and strengthen a free and open international order based on the rule of law, we would like to strengthen our partnership under Your Excellency's leadership. Thank you.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you.
本日は大統領に表敬する機会をいただきまして大変光栄に思っております。
Mr. President, this is indeed a tremendous honor for me to be granted an opportunity for an office call.
日本とフィリピンの関係というのは大統領と岸田総理のリーダーシップの下で防衛協力交流の面でも大きな進展を見せています。
Thanks to the exceptional leadership by Mr. President and Prime Minister Kishida, our two nations has made great strides in defense cooperation and exchanges.
RAN の署名というのはその協力関係を象徴し防衛協力の実効性を強化するものであると大歓迎をしております。
The signature of the reciprocal access agreement today represents the cooperative relationship that our two nations enjoy, and I welcome this new development which reinforces the effectiveness of our defense cooperation.
引き続き自由で開かれたインド太平洋の実現のため、テオドロ国防大臣と共に両国間の防衛協力交流を一層強化していきたいとそのように考えております。
I am committed to working with my good colleague Secretary Teodoro to further enhance our defense cooperation and exchanges in order to realize a free and open Indo-Pacific.
You just heard the opening statements of Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., Japanese Foreign Minister Kamikawa Yoko, and Defense Minister Kihara Minoru.
Dateline Malacañang.
Following the joint courtesy call, Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. witnessed the ceremonial signing of the Philippines-Japan Reciprocal Access Agreement or RAA by Department of National Defense or D&D Secretary Gilberto Chodor Jr. and Japanese Foreign Minister Kamikawa Yoko. The RAA will facilitate mutually beneficial defense cooperation between the Philippines and Japan by establishing a framework for the conduct of such cooperation, as well as defining the status of the visiting force and its civilian component. The Philippine-Japan RAA is a commitment made at the inaugural Philippines-Japan Foreign and Defense Ministerial Meeting, or 2+2, in April of 2022. The first formal negotiations were held in Tokyo on the 29th and 30th of November last year. A virtual line-by-line reading of the RAA main text, the agreed minutes, and 2 records of discussions were held on June 11th. The Philippines and Japan celebrate 68 years of normalized relations this year and 12 years of strengthened strategic partnership. Japan is one of the Philippines' 4 strategic partners with 264 bilateral agreements. The treaty will have to be ratified by the legislative bodies of the 2 countries before it comes into force. The Philippines has been strengthening defense and security engagements with its long-standing military ally, the United States, as well as other countries, while also beefing up the capabilities of the armed forces of the Philippines amid increasing Chinese aggression in the West Philippine Sea.
Dateline Malacañang.
After the signing of the Philippines-Japan Reciprocal Access Agreement or RAA, The second Philippines-Japan Foreign and Defense Ministerial Meeting, or 2+2, was held at the Shangri-La The Fort, Manila in Taguig City. The 2+2 Foreign and Defense Ministers Meeting is the highest consultative mechanism between the Philippines and Japan to date. It strengthens the decades-old strategic partnership of the Philippines and Japan towards their shared goals of ensuring peace and stability in the region, promoting regional economic growth, and addressing the increasing and complex regional and global challenges. The meeting was attended by Department of Foreign Affairs or DFA Secretary Enrique Manalo and Department of National Defense or DND Secretary Gilberto Chodoro Jr. with their counterparts, Foreign Minister Kamikawa Yoko and Defense Minister Kihara Minoru of Japan. In a press briefing after the 2+2 meeting, Chodoro said, "The RAA has no significant differences with the Philippines Visiting Forces Agreement or VFA with Australia and the United States." Meanwhile, Foreign Affairs Secretary Manalo expressed openness to the possibility that the Philippines would have a Mutual Defense Treaty and Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement or EDCA with Japan. Let us listen to the statements of Department of Foreign Affairs or DFA Secretary Enrique Manalo and Department of National Defense or DND Secretary Gilberto Chodoro Jr. after the 2+2 meeting.
Foreign Minister Japan Kamikawa, Defense Minister Japan Kihara Minoru, Secretary of National Defense Gilberto C. Chodoro Jr., members of the media, colleagues in government, ladies and gentlemen. Today we convene the second Philippines-Japan Foreign Defense Ministerial meeting. This meeting marks a milestone in our decade-old strategic partnership. We reaffirmed our shared goals of ensuring peace and stability in the Indo-Pacific region, promoting regional economic growth, and addressing the increasing and complex challenges in the region and beyond. Amidst the backdrop of the geopolitical situation in this and other regions, which has put the stability and predictability of the rules-based international order under stress, we discussed global and regional issues of common concern. I was honored to witness, along with the President this morning, the signing today of our Reciprocal Access Agreement, an outcome of the hard work and dedication of our competent negotiators. The RAA brings our defense partnership to an unprecedented height. We also explored other measures to enhance and coordinate our defense and security policies. Our two countries understand that our aspiration for peace and progress also requires economic resilience. Thus, we agreed to further deepen economic cooperation and enhance our ability to react to unexpected economic developments. We also noted the need to strengthen cybersecurity systems. As an archipelagic nation, we value our partnership with Japan on improving the capacity of our Philippine Coast Guard. We welcome the signing last May of the exchange of notes on the Maritime Safety Capability and Improvement Project for the procurement of 5 additional PCG vessels. These assets will help enhance our maritime domain awareness and our ability to patrol our vast waters to conduct maritime law enforcement. Related to this, we also discussed potential space-based cooperation. We appreciate Japan's long-term commitment to peace and development in Mindanao, which enhances our efforts to lay the foundation for good governance in Bangsamoro. We have broadened our business and economic ties through the Philippines-Japan Economic Partnership Agreement, despite some challenges. We will continue to work together to enhance our trade and investment relations. And we also recognize the potential gains from our trilateral cooperation with the United States. Finally, we reaffirmed our shared commitment to multilateralism. We discussed common approaches regarding the NPT or Non-Proliferation Treaty and our participation in the FMCT Friends or the Fissile Material Cutoff Treaty. Ours is a resilient partnership anchored on shared values and the enduring friendship between our two peoples. From today's 2+2 meeting, I'm confident that this strategic partnership will flourish, delivering dividends for our peoples and serving as a pillar of regional stability. Thank you.
And the Secretary Manalo, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Today it is indeed an honor to be part of the signing of this historic reciprocal access agreement between Japan and the Philippines. It will put flesh into our already strong and robust bilateral relations, and it will be a great step towards the concretization of trust. And now comes the work of building confidence among the members of the Japanese Self-Defense Force and the Armed Forces of the Philippines. It will also lead to greater interoperability, exchanges of information, and other cooperative activities both bilaterally and multilaterally under the aegis of a rules-based international order and the upholding of the essence, principles, and concepts of international law, particularly UNCLOS. On the humanitarian assistance and disaster reduction side, we can increase our partnerships and cooperation in different systems, and especially in disaster response. With this signing, we look forward to increased cooperation and work in order to bring this agreement not merely in exchanges of signed deeds, but in actual work and actions in order to bring greater stability to this part of the world. Thank you.
You just heard the statements of DFA Secretary Enrique Manalo and DND Secretary Gilberto Teodoro Jr.
Dateline Malacañang.
Outgoing Finnish Ambassador Juha Markus Pico on Monday thanked President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. for reopening the Philippine Embassy in Helsinki, Finland this year. In his farewell call to the President in Malacañang, Pico expressed elation over the reopening of the Philippine Embassy in the Finnish capital. For his part, the chief executive said the reopening of the Philippine Embassy in Helsinki is important as it will further strengthen the relationship between the Philippines and Finland, which was established on July 14, 1955. President Marcos said that the embassy will be beneficial not only for the two countries but for everyone else. The Philippine Embassy in Helsinki was closed in October of 2012. The Senate approved its reopening during a budget hearing in November of 2022.
Dateline Malacañang.
Meanwhile, Irish Ambassador William John Carlos also paid his farewell to Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Monday in the palace. Speaking before the president, Carlos said it would be difficult for him to leave the country as he is already attached to Filipinos' hospitality and the country's rich culture. For his part, President Marcos said he is very happy to know that the Irish ambassador had a wonderful stay in the Philippines and was able to visit some places in the country. The Philippines and Ireland established diplomatic relations in July of 1984. Both countries have since maintained friendly ties, aided by their interaction within the framework of various Association of Southeast Asian Nations, European Union, or ASEAN-EU fora, and multilateral organizations. As of December of 2023, there are approximately 22,000 Filipinos who are mostly in information technology or IT, healthcare, and nursing sectors working in Ireland.
Dateline Malacañang.
The Armed Forces of the Philippines, or AFP, welcomed the signing of the Reciprocal Access Agreement, or RAA, between the Philippines and Japan. In an interview with AFP spokesperson Colonel Francel Margaret Padilla over Radyo Pilipinas, Padilla said, "This is a welcome development because this will further strengthen the defense cooperation between both countries." Padilla said the agreement will further help the exchange of knowledge as well as the discovery of new skills. The AFP spokesperson is confident that Japan would bring significant contribution to the Philippines' security, like cyber threats, since the country lives in the future. Particularly, Japan is using new and modern technology that is effective in fighting the ever-changing cyber domain.
Dateline Malacañang.
And finally, the Philippine Air Force, or PAF, has deployed an initial contingent to participate in the Pitch Black exercises hosted by the Royal Australian Air Force, or RAAF, scheduled from the 12th of July to the 2nd of August. In a statement Monday, PAF spokesperson Colonel Maria Consuelo Castillo said, "The contingent, as well as essential equipment and operational cargo, arrived in Australia's northern city of Darwin on Sunday." Castillo added that the PAF contingent was ferried from the Philippines to Darwin via the RAAF KC-30 aircraft, while crucial equipment and operational cargo were transported by the RAAF C-130 and PAF C-295 aircraft, ensuring the seamless arrival of all necessary assets for the exercise. Pitch Black 2024 is a major biennial Australian and international military exercise renowned for its large-scale, multinational large force employment. This year, it features participation from 20 nations, including the Philippines. The 3-week exercise will incorporate various tactical flying and large-scale operational collective training activities. A notable highlight of this year's exercise is the participation of PAF FA-50 fighter jets. Castillo said this marks the first time the Philippines would deploy air assets to participate in an international exercise outside of the country, making it a monumental event in the history of the PAF. Castillo said the PAF contingent is prepared to engage in various tactical and strategic operations, contributing to the overall success of Pitch Black. She added that the experience gained from this exercise would further the PAF's mission of ensuring the defense and security of the nation and contributing to regional peace and security.
Dateline Malacañang.
Before we conclude our program, Radyo Pilipinas World Service of the Presidential Broadcast Service is heard over the following shortwave frequencies: 15.640 MHz, 17.820 MHz, and 12.010 MHz. You can also visit our Facebook page and YouTube channel at Radyo Pilipinas World Service. You will be able to hear and view our Filipino and English programs, including news updates here in the Philippines. Kindly subscribe, like, and share our posts as well. And that concludes this edition of Dateline Malacañang. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, this is Leo Magpayo. Good day and stay safe.
From the Presidential Palace, Manila, Dateline Malacañang.